Hello, beautiful souls. So today we're going to talk about manifesting part two, counter intentions, or why do we sometimes not manifest the things we do want. So if you haven't seen the part one on manifesting, I suggest you might want to watch that. It's actually about manifesting and how we manifest what we want or how we can manifest what we want. And the main aspect is actually using our intentions. And the other aspect is that we don't need education how to manifest because you are manifesting your reality and everything that's in it 24/7. You already know how to manifest. But the question is more understanding how we manifest certain things, like how do we manifest what we want, how we manifest things we don't want, and how sometimes we don't manifest what we want. And if we can understand that, we can actually use the manifesting tool, if you will, to our advantage and to our benefit. And so today we're going to talk about, manifesting the things we don't want and not manifesting what we want. And so how do we manifest the things we don't want? Because I'm sure you find yourself in situations in your life where you never, intended that. You never intended to be in those situations. They just showed up, right? And you really don't want to be in those. And sometimes we keep manifesting those over and over again. So that's how, we create patterns that are not really serving us, right? We keep manifesting things over and over again. Well, why is that? Why do we manifest things we don't want? See, when we talk about manifesting, we're actually manifesting. This is a key aspect of manifesting. We manifest everything with everything that's in our vibration. And our intention is in our vibration, right? But so are unresolved past pain experiences, okay, that you haven't completed. And we actually manifest with those. And so that's most likely how you manifest things you didn't want, that are painful, how you keep repeating things that are painful. Say, for example, the abused woman who wants to manifest the nice guy. Okay, she's had enough of these bad boys and she's ready to manifest a nice guy. Well, she has that intention and all that. And yet what she manifests is the bad boy again. Now, this time she's going to think that it's the good guy, right? So they're going to go through the honeymoon phase and all that good jazz. And once the honeymoon phase is over, they're going to start doing the abuse tango together. And she's going to realize, oh, it's another one of those. Okay. And so why is that? Why did she not manifest the nice guy, which is what her intention was, right? And instead, she manifested the bad boy. Why is that, right? That's because she has obviously abuse in her past in terms of her relationships that hasn't been healed. And so she's manifesting with that old pain because for the soul, it's utterly important that we learn from our experiences. And we can't learn from our experiences unless we fully process them. And that includes healing the pain part of it, transmuting it to wisdom for the soul. And so we could keep attracting more of the same stuff with it. This is why it's so absolutely critical and important for us to heal our past unresolved stuff around bad relationships, the pain we experience, whether it's betrayal, whether it's abuse, whether it's, whatever the pain was, that we heal that because we're going to attract with it more of the same. And so if we don't heal it and we enter a relationship with that, most likely we're going to attract more of the same with it. Okay. That's why it's very important to heal the old relationship stuff, the pain part, before we enter a relationship. Because once we heal that, then we can enter a relationship that's actually healthy where we're not going to repeat that. So that's how we manifest things we don't want. And I mean, another example might be, for example, say you're sitting at a traffic light with your car at a red light, twiddling your thumbs, waiting, minding your own business. And here comes the car and plows it right into you, right? And did you manifest that? A lot of you will say, well, no, I mean, I just sat there. I mean, what do I have to do with it? I was minding my own business. Well, no, you did manifest that. And see, that's the power that a lot of people don't understand they have. You have the power to create beyond your physical limitations, beyond doing something physically, because you're actually creating with your vibration, with what's in your vibration. And so absolutely you created that. Absolutely. You sat there at just the right time at just the right place, and you attracted that into your life. Did the other person have something to do with it too? Yeah. We do work together with each other, soul-wise souls. But anyway, so the point is you manifested something you didn't want. And most likely the reason you manifested that is because it's in your vibration. You may have had past accidents that you haven't fully healed from, and you are attracting with that energy more of the same. And all it requires you to just sit there. You don't have to do a thing. That's how powerful you are, which is really a good thing. Okay. But if you can understand how all this works, you can actually make sure that it's working in your benefit. And that's why I'm teaching on this. So anyway, the other aspect to manifesting is, what if we want to manifest something, we have the intention and it doesn't manifest? Say, for example, you want a lot of money in this life, and yet, it's not happening for you, sabotaging yourself at every corner. It's just not happening. So there is somewhere counter intention in your space, in your vibration, because it's working and that's working against you. So what is a counter intention? It's something, say you could have experienced something in a past lifetime. For those of you who don't believe in past lives, it's not a matter for me believing in it. I know we have had past lives because I've done many healings on past lives, including my own. And, that's something you have to kind of get your head around, I guess. But, we can, whatever decisions we have made or experiences we've had in past lives, we carry over into this life. It's just on our time track, just a little further down on the time track. It still hangs out with us as a soul because we as a soul never die. Okay. Our body dies. We as a soul don't die. We keep living the next life. It's just, another, like living another movie, you have the same character, different clothes, or however you want to look at it. So, but anyway, so you could have had a past lifetime where, say you had a lot of money, you had a nice family, and some bandits came and, killed everybody for your money, you know. And so what happened is that, you lost all your family because of the money you had. And so you decided, say, for example, in a moment, as a result of all this pain, that you will never want to have that kind of money again. And here you are in this life wanting that kind of money. Well, so you have an intention and you have a counter intention. So which is going to win? The intention you have right now or the counter intention from the past? Well, guess what? It's the counter intention that's going to win. And you know why? Because it's backed by pain. And when something is backed by pain, there's a lot more charge to it than your regular intention. And that's why it's going to win. So, but there could be instances where the pain isn't as significant and you can override it with your free will, so to speak, or intention. But if it's painful enough, it will override your intention. So, how do you deal with that? Well, what you do is you go back there and heal it. You heal your past pain, and you have to heal all the layers. You could have had multiple different incidences in which you had a lot of money or you had pain around a lot of money. And so some of that stuff that's still active, if you will, in your space, it hasn't been fully processed. will, you know, interact with you or have a counter intention against your current intention. So healing is, gosh, the answer to a lot of things, I have to say. Okay, basically, if you heal your past, you heal your pain, basically you open up your vibration to be able to now create with your intention, what you actually intend. And it's magical when you get to that point. I mean, because you can think it and it doesn't require a lot of time. I mean, in the case of making a lot of money, it may require some time, but some things can happen almost instantaneously. You think it and it happens. And this is how powerful we are as creators, as spiritual beings, as creators. And so those are the other two aspects of basically manifesting. So again, to summarize, you manifest 24/7, whether you know it or not, and you manifest with everything that's in your vibration. And if you're trying to manifest something with your intention and it doesn't work, there could be a counter intention. Or if you're manifesting things you don't want, got to look at your vibration and what's in it, What kind of pain are you basically hiding back there that you haven't resolved, that you're manifesting with? It's very powerful. Your subconscious mind is very powerful. It will definitely override a lot of things. So hopefully that makes all sense to you guys. And I will leave some links below in terms of if you want to reach me and want to heal something or have some help with it. You know how to connect with me. Otherwise, I hope this makes sense and you can actually utilize it in your life. And I love you guys. Have a beautiful day.